Before the NBA season, not a lot of people expected the Atlanta Hawks to be a good team. A lot of talking heads said that the Atlanta Hawks weren't going to make the playoffs. Some of them said they weren't going to even make the play-in, and it just wasn't looking good for them. Now fast forward to present day, they're going on insane win streaks and taking down teams like the Cleveland Cavaliers, who are currently 20-3 as I'm making the video. Thanks to BetUS for sponsoring today's video, and well, in today's video, I'm going to be telling you why Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks are practically unstoppable right now. When you look at the way this Hawks team is constructed, it has a lot of shooters in Bogdanovic, you have a slasher in Jalen Johnson, and you also have Clint Capella, who's going to run you those pick and rolls so you can lob it to him. And well, these are all the recipes you need for Trae Young to absolutely explode and put up 20 assists in some game. And well, how does Trae Young get all of these assists? Well, it's because he gets screens from players like Clint Capella, and since you have a lob threat in Capella, everybody is going to clog that paint up, causing Jalen Johnson to be wide open in the corner and knock down a three. It's not only Jalen Johnson that's helping out Trae Young, it's also DeAndre Hunter, who's been having crazy games and scoring 20 plus points sometimes. And when the offense just doesn't work, you could hand it off to DeAndre Hunter and he will nail the three-point shot. But would you believe me if I said the Atlanta Hawks could do anything on the offensive end? Trae Young can just drive in the paint, penetrate, attract a lot of defenders, then kick it out to the corner for a Bogdanovic three. And with a rookie like Shai, who could also shoot and space the floor out, you could do the exact same thing, drive in, attract defenders, and kick it out to the corner. Literal three-point shooters everywhere you look. But the thing the Hawks do a little bit different compared to other teams is that they set screens with wings, and these wings can either just drive in the paint and dunk or pop out for the three. And well, this is an example because Trae Young gets a screen from Jalen Johnson, and well, as Trae Young is coming off the screen, Evan Mobley is playing drop coverage way too high, and Jalen Johnson can just go right behind him and catch the lob. And even other wings like Zachary Shai will set you a screen, and once again, Evan Mobley has no choice but to play drop coverage that high, and once again, it always leaves someone open when you do a pick and roll with Trae Young. Zachary Shai knocks down that three. But there's so much more to talk about the Hawks and a record that Trae Young broke that nobody's broke before. But before we talk about that, shout out to BetUS, because you could go on their website and actually bet on the Atlanta Hawks to win the in-season tournament. The reason why I really like this is because this team is so young, they're hungry, they want to win something to help motivate them throughout the season. So I'm going to go ahead and place this. And if you want to place it too, BetUS is offering a 150% bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000 with code YouTube150. As we all know, Trae Young is one of the best passers in the NBA right now. Actually, let me rephrase this. The best passer in the NBA right now. He's first in assists per game, first in points from assists per game, and first on potential assists per game. And he's also breaking records. He's the first player ever with 30 points, 20 assists, and 5 three-pointers made in a single NBA game. And the Atlanta Hawks also have a very tough question to answer. Who will win the most improved player award? Will it be a player like Jalen Johnson or Dyson Daniels? Because they're both having career averages right now. But the reason why the Hawks win games isn't just because of their offense. It's because of their defense, and a catalyst of this has really been Dyson Daniels. With 10 seconds left on the clock and a win on the line, Dyson Daniels is composed enough to know when and when not to double team. Because here, there are only about 3 seconds left on the clock, and if he doubles, he takes away every angle from De'Aaron Fox, giving him the steal and getting the Atlanta Hawks the victory. We can always talk about the Trae Young game winners against the Lakers, but getting a win off a defensive stop is just something else. And also, why are the Atlanta Hawks so good when it comes to running transition? It's because of Dyson Daniels. And he is so sneaky because when the Hornets grab the rebound, he knows exactly when to sneak behind a defender and rip it out their hands when their backs turn. And what does this result in? Transition basketball. And when you have players that can dunk like Shai and Jalen Johnson, this is where it gets even more deadly. But the problem with scoring against a player like Dyson Daniels is that he has a pretty long wingspan. So when a player like Ivy thinks he has him beat with his speed, at the end of the day, he's going to come and get you with his wingspan and rip that ball away, getting yet another stop. Dyson Daniels is also sneaky on the passing lanes because the Pistons want to get the ball in the paint to Isaiah Stewart, but instead Dyson Daniels fakes it like he's gonna go in the paint. And well, that fake by Dyson Daniels messed with the defender, because instead he throws the ball to the wing, and that's where Dyson Daniels wanted you to throw the ball in the first place. And I was checking the temperature in Atlanta, and when you look at the center, I see a temperature called ice Trae. God damn, that guy's cold. He's so cold that he's bringing the Atlanta Hawks to a top 5 seed in a pretty stacked Eastern Conference. But let's also give some credit to Bogdan Bogdanovic, because he had a crazy 20 points against the Lakers and had a major 4 threes that really spaced that floor out so Jalen Johnson could attack in the paint. Now that's why this team works. And Bogdanovic is such a lethal 3-point shooter that he is only the 4th player ever to have 100 games in a row with 1 3-pointer made. Onyeka Okongwu's also coming off the bench, giving you very solid minutes, and is also another pick and roll player that is being used to perfection. When you play with Trae Young, you need that pick and roll player. It's like a copy and paste of Clint Capella technically. But I know I talked about this at the start of the video, but DeAndre Hunter with one of the craziest seasons from him so far, putting up a crazy 19 points per game, 4 rebounds and 1 assist. If he plays like this and is coming off the bench, why not go and win that 6th man of the year as well? He shot 5 for 7 from the 3-point line against the Lakers, and when you're shooting 5 3-pointers at a 71% clip, my god, you better guard him. But the reason why this Hawks team is playing so well is because of one word, and this is trust. And the trust is coming from their head coach in Quinn Snyder, and he really talks about moving that ball. And when you're playing this motion offense and you trust everyone, that's when you're going to be very good. And while Quinn Snyder, the coach of the Hawks, talks about this word trust and why it's so important.
Coach, with the threat that DeAndre Hunter has been off the bench, I mean, how much does that allow for Trae to find space to be able to hit game-winning shots like he did tonight?
Yeah, those two guys really trusted each other, Trae, and then for Trae to find him. So, Trae's catch and shoot threes are something that, we've really tried to emphasize and he's really worked on. So for that to be that shot tonight was, affirming in that regard. But yeah, Trae obviously had a terrific game, and, Trae gives us, it's not just the production, it's his presence.
Trusting everyone is a very big deal, and Trae Young got his favorite shot to win against the Lakers, and that's that catch and shoot jumper. But you guys gotta let me know in the comment section, how good do you guys think this team could be, and can they sustain a top 5 seed in the Eastern Conference? Personally, with their wing shooting and a point guard like Trae Young, they could be top 6. I could see it happening. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure you hit that like and that subscribe, because we're almost at 20k subs. And thank you to BetUS for sponsoring today's video.